we are checking out a haunted location known as the Birdcage Theatre.
We had 16 gunfights, 26 people was killed in this building. There's over 140 bullet holes throughout the building. Some people does get touched. You'll hear the big bangs, you'll hear the walking up in behind the cribs. And
would love for you to make your presence known tonight. If you can make a noise on something. That was clear footsteps.
The time period sofa that's on fire.
But yes, in Tombstone there were big fires. Hey Crypt Keepers! In today's episode we're going full Wild Wild West. We have travelled thousands of miles to Tombstone, Arizona. This place is known as the town Too Tough to Die, and we are checking out a really fascinating haunted location known as the Birdcage Theatre.
So Amy has taken us into the middle of the desert. Yeah, we are in the middle of the desert, literally in the middle of the desert. We've been driving for hours. I got attacked by a cactus. That's actual real cactus.
I'm so stoked to be back in the States. I'm just going full throttle today. I've got so many trigger objects, so many experiments planned, and I've heard that the spirits here can get quite grabby, like physical touch is a super common phenomena here.
I know a little bit about this haunted location. I'm told it's a brothel. I'm told there's a ghost that apparently walks around in the nude and grabs people, so if you're into that sort of thing. So yeah, I think this location is pretty unique. I don't think we've done something like this before. And I've got a cool hat. Yeehaw! I've
already done a tour and checked out this location by day, but I've heard by night things can get pretty wild because we are in the Wild Wild West, so stay tuned. Tombstone, Arizona, commonly referred to as the town Too Tough to Die, and resting in a harsh remote landscape, remains one of the best preserved pieces of Wild West history in the United States.
Tombstone was a boom town. It was all silver. A guy by the name of Ed Shefflin discovered the silver here, which started the boom town. We was established in 1879. He discovered silver in 1878, and it went from there and ran 8.5 years till 1889. Then the silver mines flooded. Population went from about 18,000 to below 500 about overnight.
Many will recognise Tombstone as the site of the infamous OK Corral gunfight, which saw a 30-second shootout between local law enforcers led by Virgil Earp and a group of outlaws known as the Cowboys. But within town, one building so steeped in history, ghost stories and even bullet holes continues to stand out from others. That place is the Birdcage Theatre.
The Birdcage was a saloon, gambling hall, theatre, and let's say house of negotiable affections, all under the same roof. We was known as the elite out of the 106 saloons that was up and down Allen Street. We had 16 gunfights, 26 people was killed in this building. There's over 140 bullet holes throughout the building. We ran 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, non-stop for 8.5 years.
There are many dark stories that have plagued the Birdcage Theatre, which isn't surprising as it was said to be one of the rowdiest establishments in town. Many of these stories resulted in death, including a woman being stabbed by a rival worker through the heart, shootings, and even the fact that the town's hearse now rests within the building's walls. So could all of this energy have left paranormal imprints behind?
We have a young boy up around the hearse that'll move a table for us, shake it back and forth. We've got one that the medium tells us, and we've had 2 or 3 different ones tell us his name's Jerome, that stays in the back of the room that has been shot in the throat. Russian Bill's been seen here. He lived in one of these little cribs for 2 years. And we keep hearing the name of Sarah, a young girl. I cannot confirm that name, but that's what we keep hearing. There is activity on the steps that goes up and down the steps. Some people does get touched. You'll hear the big bangs, you'll hear the walking up in behind the cribs, and the cribs is where the ladies entertain the gentlemen. There's a hallway behind each one. You'll hear the walking, the shadows up in the cribs. That is what my wife sees a lot, which is a ghost host here. She also sees people walking back and forth across the back of the room. We've seen pictures of a young girl watching us from the top of the stage, and occasionally you will have somebody sit beside the ghost host that's not part of the ghost tour. The lady in white is all over the building. I have seen pictures of her even on the outside on the boardwalk, standing behind gentlemen. So it's not just one certain spot, she just moves all around. We had done a paranormal investigation. We didn't get out of here that night till about 2:30 in the morning. We go up on the stage and we're standing side by side, and then it happened. We started feeling every hair on my body was sticking through my pants, my shirt. She couldn't move. Each one of us felt the coldness go through our body and exit the back. I don't like that feeling, but it happened to us up on this stage at around 3 o'clock in the morning. I just knew I was out of here. That was it for me for the night.
After hearing so many stories of paranormal occurrences centering around the Birdcage Theatre, we decided to make the journey out to Tombstone in order to see what we could uncover for ourselves. But what we would document was truly chilling and intense. So if you're ready to take on the ghosts from the Wild West with us, hit like on this video, make sure you're subscribed, and let's jump into the investigation.
Just a clock.
Alright, officially starting walkthrough of the Birdcage Theatre. I cannot tell you how excited I am for this. I'm stoked and I've gone full like Wild West. Do you like my hat, guys? Leave a comment.
I'm not sure if it's the first episode in the States that you're going to see, but it's the first one we're filming. So we literally only arrived fresh off the plane like 4 days ago.
Let's do this, Jared.
Alice.
Alice.
Alice. Are you a worker here, Alice? My name's Amy and this is Jared. Sorry we didn't introduce ourselves. We'd love for you to hang around with us tonight. We're here to visit you. That's so cool, we got a name already.
That's not all we've got either. While we were setting up, we set up a tripwire in the staircase that's actually got a really cool story to go with it, and they all lit up at the same time as if someone was walking up the stairs. That was really, really cool. I don't think I've ever seen it do that before.
Before we go in, we do have a skull in this display case. Allegedly that was found here. I'm so excited to show you around this place.
Hey, he looks familiar.
Yes. Shout out Skirridin, Derby Jail. Same mannequin. This, guys, is like the main stage area, and we have all these cribs up here where the ladies of the night worked, basically. This is also the tripwire Jared was talking about earlier. It's lit up multiple times already. So my name is Amy. I'm here tonight with Jared. Thank you so much. If anyone has already been trying to interact with us, whether your name is Alice, you're a child, you're a fully grown man, would love for you to make your presence known tonight. If you can make a noise on something. Maybe you can come close to the lights in my hand.
That just went off again. There's something about that staircase. And footsteps.
That was clear footsteps. Is there someone up there in the cribs? Can you make a noise? Can you bang on something? Just like that. You heard them footsteps, yeah?
Yeah, they were really clear. I think one of the stories is that people do hear footsteps actually going along these upper areas as well.
You'll hear the walking up in behind the cribs, and the cribs is where the ladies entertain the gentlemen. There's a hallway behind each one.
Can you show yourself to us in one of these cribs?
Ooh, one more thing, guys, I want to show you. We are using our new tool, Seer. We've left it running on this table, and we're going to see if it captures anything, but we're not going to know what it's captured because we're obviously doing the walk around right now, so we're going to check on it later, but we're going to have it projected and you guys are going to see it.
Despite having already documented some very compelling evidence within this room, such as EMF spikes on the staircase and very loud footsteps along the wooden walkway above us, we did not receive a single imagery response through GhostTube Seer that uses artificial intelligence to form images based on environmental readings. Perhaps this is due to the tool being new and different to the spirits here, or some other reason.
So I've heard there are children around. A little boy, a little girl. I know a little girl has been caught in a photo on this staircase here. My name's Amy and I would absolutely love to make a new friend tonight. We're just moving up on stage or backstage. We'd love for you to join us. So now we're on stage, but we're also backstage. And there's just so much going on up here. So many different artifacts, pieces of art. This is the back curtain here, essentially, of the stage.
There's lots of really cool artifacts in this room too, photos, but probably the coolest thing,
the hearse. So a lot of death in Tombstone, and this is associated with and linked to many of the deaths here. So it got to a point where they were saying like one person a day was dying in Tombstone. It was that rowdy. And this hearse here was responsible for transporting a lot of the bodies to the nearby cemetery.
The hearse, there was only 8 of that model ever built. We got the only one still known to be in existence. It was built in Rochester, New York by Cunningham Coach Works. It is trimmed in 24 karat gold and sterling silver hardwire. It took 98% of all the people that was killed here to Boot Hill Cemetery, and that includes the Clantons and McClarys.
When we were setting up earlier, this is sort of our just little gear hub here, our gear room. I was hearing noises back here as well. It just sounded like someone was tapping near the hearse. Now, I don't know if that's just the room expanding or whatever, but if there is somebody around, and I've heard there is a little boy up here, can you do something to show us that you're here?
Yeah, I'm hearing it over there too.
I did hear a motorbike go by, but there's definite little taps here.
Just listen. That was right next to me. Yeah, it was right there. This is too creepy.
I've heard there's a little boy here they call Joshy. If you are here, can you come up to the lights in my hand? I won't hurt you, the lights won't hurt you. Maybe it's a way you can talk to me though.
We have a young boy up around the hearse that'll move a table for us, shake it back and forth. If you'll look, watch the mortician's table. If he's up there tonight and he wants to speak with y'all, he'll move the table, rock it this way. Joshy, you up on the hearse tonight? Would you like to rock the table? Joshy now is actually a 12-year-old boy. That's who I'm talking with. He drowned in the San Pedro River trying to save his younger brother. It was a failed attempt, and they both drowned. Both was taken to the cemetery and is buried at Boot Hill. There's documents in the archives at the library that talks about seeing a ghostly young figure sitting on the hearse. Josh, how about doing me a favor tonight? While these good folks are in here, how about tapping the glass?
There's even some candies left here.
Is there anything in it?
There's a coffin,
Oh,
yeah.
is that it? That's a child's coffin too.
It's a small one for sure.
Lost.
Lost?
Lost. I can tell you exactly where you are. You're in Tombstone, Arizona right now, and you're in the Birdcage Theatre. Can you tell us your name?
Well, also, if you're attached to the hearse is just to transport you from one place to the other. So you might be confused, why am I in a brothel?
If you can tell us a bit more about yourself, maybe we can help you.
Imprisoned.
You're imprisoned here? I guess in a way, like, this isn't a typical prison setting, but if you reflect and think about a lot of the girls that would have worked here, it wasn't necessarily an occupation that you may want
Listen.
to do. Okay, I'm listening.
Real.
We're real. We believe you are. Can you do something just to show us? I know I'm asking a lot of you.
We can't go up that staircase, can we?
No, that would lead to the cribs.
You know what though? You know where this staircase leads, where we just heard that noise? This staircase leads to where we heard the footsteps before. It leads to the upper level where the crypts are.
Okay, my feet are cracking, but there's definite cracks coming from up there still.
Yeah, I'm hearing them like right here. And there's this weird creepy mannequin guy in a coffin here as well, which doesn't make me feel any better, but...
Thank you. We listened and you made noises for us. Is there something we can do for you?
So this next area that we're going into is the downstairs area, probably one of my favourite areas in this place.
Ooh, it feels different down here. The moment I walk down, it smells different, like the air is different, it feels different.
Ooh.
What?
Ooh. I just got really cold right here.
It's definitely cooler down here.
It is, and I know we're underground, so for all you haters out there, yes, we're underground, I expect it to be colder. But I'm telling you, just here, come feel here.
Feeling a little thermal camera action going on tonight down here. But guys, this area is special because of this poker table right here. And this is a Guinness World Record holding place.
The West's longest poker game, which lasted 8 years, 5 months, 3 days, non-stop. We get some images down there. Usually it's down there we get a big temperature change. And we hear noises from down there. There's been poker chips heard hitting the table. So there's activity there, and I think they come and go out of the wine cellar.
We were told that these chairs haven't been touched or moved in like a really long time.
I don't think anything in here has been touched for a really long time. Look at it.
Yeah.
It's still in the 1880s.
I like this guy in particular.
You would. And I've heard that there might still be some poker players down here. Are you still playing after all these years? Can you move something in this room? Can you come up to these lights in my hand? Thank you for that nice big tap there.
Restroom and bath for the gamblers of the Bordello room, soon to be open. Always bathrooms on this channel, I swear to God.
And in here is pretty cool. These are set up as old rooms. The heck? I have heard that, yeah, a lot of activity happens down here, and this is sort of a place where a lot of people feel uneasy and they don't really like, so it's kind of an interesting spot. What's that?
Yeah, I'm hearing stuff. That was on the stairs. That was on the stairs. That was definitely on the stairs.
Can you do that again?
Can you come join us downstairs?
Coffin.
There's literally a coffin right there. I'm looking right at it. Is that where you want us to go? Ooh. So you're making the noises from the coffin?
I can't believe it just said that.
That's also where we had the other noises when it said listen.
Is it talking about that coffin or the baby coffin that's in the hearse?
Is this where you wanted us to come?
I was just saying just before we went downstairs that coffin was making me feel uneasy. That is so weird that it said that.
Yeah, my heart's racing a little bit. Got the old investigative juice flowing again.
It's been a while since we've investigated.
I know, it's been too long.
Well, I guess we've got our work cut out for us. We've got some places to investigate now.
After walking through the entire building, we decided to begin calling out inside the main hall of the Birdcage Theatre, where we had earlier heard footsteps coming from the cribs above us.
And footsteps.
That was clear footsteps.
In addition to this, we also left a still Ghost Tube SLS camera rolling near the hearse to scan for figures.
Right guys, time for our first experiment. What are we doing?
What are we doing?
I know I've got a trigger object, so I'm holding it in my hand. Shall I whip it out?
Sure.
This is not a real gun though, it's just a fake one, but we're going to have that as a trigger object, so I'm going to leave that there.
Tripwire's going off. You can come in. Come in here with us.
Does that just go off?
Yeah, it's going off at the top of the stairs.
With activity still seemingly present in this area, we decided to roll on GhostTube Vox to see if we could speak to any of the spirits still lingering within the building.
We call out to the spirits of the Birdcage Theatre. Can you join us at this poker table tonight? Maybe you can step forward and we can hear your voice. I know there's been someone on the back stairs a lot tonight. Hello?
Someone there?
Can we have a name, please? I just heard a man.
I didn't hear it.
To clarify, in this moment, I heard the voice of a man while Jared heard nothing. This was not a voice coming through GhostTube Vox, but a sound from within the room. It was documented onto one of our camera's audio tracks better than the others, which tells me it came from the side of the room where we had earlier heard the footsteps originate from. Can you make out what is said?
We heard footsteps up here as well earlier. Okay, if you're coming down the stairs, come on. Don't be shy. I wouldn't think people of this establishment were shy back in the day. What are those? There's some lights on the stairs.
In the dark. There are some lights on the stairs. Yes, we're in the dark. The lights on the stairs will light up if you go near them.
We did just go lights out, and we were told by our guide that sometimes the spirits don't actually like to be in the dark here, so it's kind of interesting it said that.
Are you still here with us?
Yes, Brother Jenn.
I hear voices.
Again, here I hear another voice, this time clearly female, and not through GhostTube Vox. Once again, it is documented onto the same camera's audio track.
Come and talk,
Everywhere?
come and talk through here, please.
Can you tell me what I'm holding in my hand right now? What am I holding in my hand? I heard you over there.
Are you upstairs or down?
Sitting.
Sitting? You're sitting with us?
You're sitting with us? I just said sitting. Do you want me to pull up a chair?
Oh, we didn't even pull up a chair for the spirit. What the heck?
Pull up a chair.
I apologise. We are pulling up a chair for you because we are rude and we forgot to do that.
There you go. Come sit next to me. And you can even have this if you can tell me what it is.
That does not sound like a real gun.
Can you tell us about what used to happen in this room?
Tripwire. Are
Did
you
you
coming to join us? Do you like my hat? It's new.
That sounded like a child then.
Yeah,
Who are we speaking with now? That really sounded like a child
it
then.
did. Can you tell us why you're still here? Why are you in the Birdcage Theatre? Don't call me a slag. Is that a word?
It sounded like it called you a slag.
Cool.
Do you not like Amy?
Is that a word they would use though?
I don't know.
I feel like that would be more Australian and British, but I don't know. What do you think about me?
I didn't want.
What was
That
that?
sounded like some sci-fi sound just there.
Yeah. Did you have a lot of fun here? Or were you someone who worked here? Because I'm not sure that would have been fun. Both?
Both.
You enjoyed it? Working here? I heard there's 140 bullet holes in the walls here. Maybe you contributed to some of them. What do you have to say about that?
Well, if you're gonna.
But if you're gonna...
We're gonna.
We're not judging. We just want to know about it.
Disappointed.
Disappointed.
Disappointed. What are you disappointed in?
Where is he?
Where is he?
Where is he? What are you disappointed in?
Seeing the big.
Seeing the big what?
We're in a brothel.
Ames, get your mind out of the gutter.
This is what's going on.
This what's
That's
going
what's
on.
going on.
That's what's going
I'm
on.
telling you.
Yeah.
So if you're.
Can you tell us how many people are in the room with us now, right now, at this point in time? Stand. Alright, we're standing. Why did you want us to stand for? To show them. To show them what?
I just said feel them.
To feel them.
You can feel Jared.
What? Don't feel me. And I'll put my hands out.
Get her.
Get her.
No, don't get her. Come for me. Touch me if you want.
Can you tell us about this staircase? These stairs have been pretty active tonight. Okay, we'd love to hear about it.
For the final time in this room, I once again heard a voice that was documented onto the same camera, and that did not come through GhostTube Vox. It also seemed to be a woman. I feel as though this time I can actually make out what is being said, but I will replay the sound a few times for you to listen back to before sharing what I can hear, as not to influence you. Take a listen and please leave a comment to let me know if you make out the same.
Man.
Man. Where is the man? Who's the man?
People. Who are the people here tonight? That piano?
Yeah, there's a piano right here.
Piano.
Can you tell us who's playing the piano?
Not you.
Not you. Well, yeah, it's not me. You don't want to hear me play the piano, that's for sure.
We'd certainly had some luck with responses coming through Vox. You wanted to try a different method of reaching out in a different area, so we rolled an EVP session backstage near the hearse, as we'd been told this was a good place to do so, and with already having heard disembodied footsteps and voices in the front room, we had hoped we could document more solid evidence. In addition to this, we also left GhostTube SLS monitoring the staircase, where we had already had some interesting moments captured, but just as we hit roll on our cameras, we heard a noise come from near the hearse.
Did you just hear that?
Yeah.
That was really loud. That came from behind the hearse.
So I just hit record on a digital recorder conducting an EVP session near the hearse. Again, my name is Amy. This is Jared. We've come all the way from a different country called Australia to talk to you. I've heard there's a little boy called Joshy around. Can you come out to play with us tonight? I've also heard that you can move things. Can you move something in this room for us? Okay, I just heard movement. Can you tell me what you moved?
I'm hearing it all around us.
The noises have just surrounded us. Can you tell us your name very loudly into this light in my hand?
After asking questions for some time, we reviewed the session, but picked up nothing of interest besides the taps within the room we had already heard, so we decided to switch things up with Jared now asking questions.
Can you tell me your age? Are you a young boy? I just heard child giggling,
Same.
and now I've just got cold shivers.
Shivers.
Goosebumps, you know what I mean? Who's here with us right now? Are you playing with us? I've got really bad goosebumps right now. Are you with me right now?
We now once again played back our recording, and we're especially excited to listen to the part where we had both heard a child giggling.
Just a child giggling.
Can you hear it on that?
I can't hear it on the replay, but I heard it in the moment.
Same. I definitely did too.
Goosebumps, you know what I mean?
We were truly shocked in this moment that the recorder, or any other audio track recording at the time, was unable to document the child giggle we had both heard. Do you think this could have been a purely psychological coincidence, that we both thought that we heard the exact same thing, or perhaps something else? Either way, we decided to make our way downstairs to where the darker of the Birdcage Theatre's activity culminates. Here we set up a camera to monitor our EMF tripwire on the staircase, a thermal camera to monitor the famed poker table where temperature fluctuations are commonly reported, and we set up to perform an SD session. This saw Jared wear noise-cancelling headphones while listening to a spirit box and relaying anything he heard come through, while I asked questions he could not hear. Instead of being blindfolded, which is the typical way to perform an SDs, Jared would wear ghost tube lens while watching a setting in ghost tube seer known as mind focus. This is essentially just imagery of repetitive and calming patterns that are helpful at inducing a trance-like state. In addition to this, I selected a playing card to display on Jared's headset, which he was not aware of, to see if the spirits could possibly communicate this card to us. But these weren't just any old playing cards.
Alright, Jared, open this deck of cards. Freshly broken seal.
So you know we haven't cheated.
Apparently that was like actual procedure back in the day.
So that would freak out if a dealer came with just random cards that had to be opened in front of the players. And these ones are cool because these are actually from the time they don't have the letters and numbers on them because apparently people couldn't read. They're just the pictures. So we've thought up a cool experiment tonight. Whilst we're doing the Estes.
Apparently the spirits like the idea of the experiment as well.
I'm going to be doing an Estes. I'm going to be wearing a pair of ghost tube lens just so I can look at some noise while I'm doing it. Amy's going to select a card from the deck and she's going to put it above. I think the spirits like it. She's going to put it above and she's going to ask questions about it and see if it comes through. So there you go. I'm going to give them to you.
I'm going to do this one. I'm picking this one.
There you go, now I'm good.
REM pod is gone off. Okay, if there's somebody here, I'm going to put a card on this man's head and I want you to tell him what it is. I'm going to put it on his face. He won't be able to see it though. Okay. And maybe you can knock these cards off. Okay, my name is Amy and this guy here with me tonight, his name is Jared and I would love to talk to anyone here. So if you could go... 8. Is this someone playing poker still? Is this how many people are here? Whoa, there's a massive noise right near Jared then. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
The curtain. Is there a problem?
No problem. What about the curtain though? Oh my god, there's someone on the staircase. I can see the tripwires lit up. If you're on the staircase, it's fine if you just come on in. It's like they're just standing on that one step. Oh my god. Can you walk away? Oh my god.
How many?
Well there's 2 of us here that I know of. How many of you are here?
8.
There's 8 of you here.
4.
No, 4 of you here. Or is this you playing? You playing poker?
Him. It's important.
Is there
Here. Was right there.
You were just on the staircase.
Coming down.
You were coming down the stairs. Who was?
In it.
Are you in this room with me now? I've been told that there's someone down here who reacts to needing the marshal. Just heard a tap near Jared. Now I'll ask again, the card on this man's head.
Jake or Jack? I heard a name.
You heard a name? Okay.
Jake or Jack or...
I can't actually tell the suit because they
Is
don't
it?
have the letters on it, but I think it is a Jack. Or is that your name? Are we answering me? Oh my god, there's so many noises right near Jared.
This session had been pretty wild. First, we had the tripwire on the stairs indicating an EMF presence was nearby, to which Jared seemed to verify by stating they were coming down. Then we had a number of noises, but also Jared seemed to directly respond to my query about the playing card on his head. Though at the time he thought he was receiving a name, you must remember he cannot see or hear me and had no idea what card was picked from the deck. Additionally, I can now confirm this card was in fact a jack.
I actually if that is a jack, that's pretty weird because he flat out just answered me. I know he said Jack or Jake, but that is pretty on point.
The biggest?
The biggest, the baddest? What's that? What are you referring to? The biggest winner?
Win it.
Win it?
Or winner.
That's what I just said. Apparently someone down here can change the temperature. If you can do that around the table, I might actually be able to see it. I do have the thermal camera here just monitoring this space.
Nothing.
Nothing. Am I not going to see anything there? Can you tell me how long the poker game went for? I'm not going to lie, it's probably the creepiest area down here. A lot of people get tight chest or in their head anxiety feeling down here.
The one. That's the one.
Is there somebody here specifically causing people that anxiety? Is that what you mean? Can you tell me what the buy-in to play this card game costs? Just heard a noise.
The power.
The power? What do you have the power to do? Is it alright if I play poker as a lady?
No.
Oh, come on. Are you scared that I might win? I have money. I have money to spend here.
Over there.
Where? Can you be more specific? The stairs, maybe?
Leave Jared. I just said leave Jared.
Leave Jared?
Shadow.
Oh. I did just hear a squeak, but maybe that was me. Leave Jared? Should I leave him? Y'all know that Jared has left me alone while doing
Devil.
Devil. God. Jared has left me alone while doing an Estes before, so I'm gonna leave him. I'm leaving Jared. Probably not good since I just said devil, but...
Be careful.
Okay. Well, be careful going up the stairs.
He fell.
He fell? Who
Push
fell?
him.
Push him. Fell down these stairs? Should I be standing here? Who fell? Can we have a name?
Love him.
Did you have a lady here?
21.
Just seen a light go off. 21?
I'm feeling movement around me here too. Are you walking around?
Well, I'm definitely not because I'm... He's alone down there. Who's down there with him? Come on, we need a name.
Woman laughing.
Oh, it's a lady down there. What do you think of Jared? Maybe that's why they wanted Jared alone.
Incoherent male whispering. Pretty.
Do you think Jared's pretty, or are you whispering that to a lady down there? This is weird. I did find out those 2 rooms down there. Him. Those 2 rooms down there are like overnight rooms. So when you... The tripwire's going off again. So you could spend the night with a lady down there. Whereas the cribs up behind me were more just like until your money ran out sort of thing. How many people are down there with Jared?
Ames?
Yeah? Jared?
I've just taken my headset off.
You were alone down here.
Okay.
You were like...
I took this off because I thought you were walking towards me.
Really?
Yeah. I felt the ground moving as if someone was coming towards me.
No, it said, when you said leave Jared, I just left.
Right.
And then like when I was upstairs, you were like, I'm feeling movement around me. I'm like, well, it's definitely not me.
At this point, since we had received some intelligent communication and curious responses, we wanted to once again test out our new tool, GhostTube, but this time through the VR sensory deprived environment that GhostTube Lens provides. Here, Jared is viewing repetitive noise unless an image is being generated from environmental readings using advanced artificial intelligence systems.
Maybe you can show us something. This is a little different to what we were doing before, but I want you to show me what you look like maybe.
I'm seeing an image. It's like a hand spinning or holding a ball of light.
And you said power before? What colour is the light? Like what colour?
Bluey, whitey. It's just disappeared now. This is so cool, guys. I'm in like a virtual 3D space. It's really cool. Can you show us what happened in this room?
Can you show us what happened in these next rooms over? The overnight rooms? I really want to see a person. It really felt like we were talking to someone, more than one person before. One stage it felt like there was a lady down here. Also felt like there was men down here.
Oh, I'm getting something.
Thank you so much.
I'm getting a candle.
Oh, okay.
A candle, really bright candle.
Do you wish we had some light on down here?
That is a really bright candle.
Did they have used candlelight back in the day?
Maybe, or oil lamps? I'm not sure. I can see, yeah, like a candle. Maybe two candles. There might be a second candle over here as well. The candle is like the colours of a thermal imaging camera too. Purples, yellows.
Really?
Whites, yep.
Not really seeing anything odd on the thermal. The tripwire just went off though. That thing has been on fire tonight. Oh my god.
What? What's going on?
Just the tripwire's gone nuts, man.
The image that we received of the candle, of course, could have been relevant, yet we weren't able to establish a connection in the moment. Yet pairing it with the next image we would receive through Seer added an extra layer of potential relevance that we were seeking.
Can you show us what the lady in white looks like that supposedly haunts this place or hangs around this place?
Yeah, we'd love to see the lady.
Oh. I'm seeing a door frame and fire oh, a couch is on fire. I'm seeing a sofa and it looks time period as well.
Yeah.
A time period sofa that's on fire.
I do believe there were a couple of fires here in Tombstone. I don't think so much associated with the Birdcage theatre burning down sort of thing, but yes, in Tombstone there were big fires.
I can see like a wooden door, and then inside the room behind the door there's this studded sofa with, you know, handcrafted arms that are made of wood maybe, and it's getting engulfed in flames.
As you're saying this, the whole tripwire is lighting up.
I've got goosebumps now. That was really weird.
Dude. Were you affected by the fire?
This image may not specifically be related to the Birdcage Theatre, but possibly Tombstone as a town. During its lifetime, Tombstone had been struck by fire a number of times, with two of those being disastrous to the local community. One of these struck while the Birdcage Theatre was newly opened in 1882 and destroyed a large portion of Tombstone, thankfully leaving the birdcage intact. Yet, could this have been a sign from someone who was affected severely by the fire? Perhaps why they turned to the birdcage as an establishment? What do you make of all this?
I've got all goosebumps.
We would love to know who we are talking to though. You know what, I'm getting goosebumps now as well. Come on, one more image please. Can you maybe even show us the cards that you're playing with?
There was a card on my head earlier. What was it? Oh, I'm getting an image. It's rope. Rope all piled up. What are those things?
What?
Those things where they get the rope and they go like that.
A lasso?
It could be that.
Oh my god, really?
Maybe. It looks like rope bunched up on a wooden deck or something. I don't know, like a... I'm
Thank
seeing
you.
like a rope. It could be a lasso, but that could be a stretch. But I'm seeing a rope and some wood on a wooden surface.
Wow. Okay. Is that confirmation that that's what you're showing us?
Are you seeing the rope too? Can you make that light up if you are? Okay, I'm coming out.
That was pretty cool.
Wow, that was really fun.
What do you guys think those images could represent, if anything?
Our night at the Birdcage Theatre was a truly unforgettable one. From hearing footsteps walk through the cribs above us, disembodied voices, receiving interesting responses via ghost tube, and even some images from Seer that left us questioning whether they could have been relevant to the town of Tombstone. But our trip through the USA is only just getting started, and we'd find more haunted places with shocking and scary claims to explore. So make sure to subscribe and have your notification bell switched to all, as our trip is only going to get more intense, beginning with our next episode, where we venture to a historic home in Texas, which was the site of a bloody battle and contains a psychological experiment that would truly test us as investigators. You won't want to miss our paranormal investigation of the Black Swan Inn.
Crypt Keepers, tonight has been a tremendous amount of fun. I'm so stoked to be back in the USA, and I hope that you guys are excited for what's to come. We have some really big, really intense locations and videos planned. Plus, if you guys have any suggestions, any places you want us to visit, leave a comment. Do it now. Tell us where to go. We'll literally go anywhere. Think of the scariest place here you can think of and comment it. But as for the Birdcage, really enjoyed it. I'm so keen to review the footage, especially the EVP, because Jared and I both heard a giggle, like a little kid's giggle with our own ears, and then when we replayed the recording, it wasn't there. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, because that really helps us out. If you want to do any reading on the Birdcage Theatre or any of the other haunted locations we have visited from around the world, head to amyscrypt.com. I also post bonus content on my Patreon and YouTube members. Had a really chatty ghost tube session in the Birdcage tonight, which will be uploading around the time of this video to Patreon and YouTube members. But thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time.
We are so jet lagged.
This is true, we're dead.